Okay. We did get some pretty big news changes coming to the game. I suggest you check it out. I'm getting my source from Reddit, the images and whatnot. So definitely check it out. It should be one of the top posts of Reddit for the nearby future because of how, I'd say, popular the topic is compared to this lackluster news we've been getting for a while. So let's start. Changes around strengthening of characters. We are largely considered reworking single player quests in order to make strengthening your characters easier. That is overall very good. The main changes will revolve around how you can obtain materials as well as the tuning of items needed to strengthen your characters. These changes will be as follow. Adjusting the drop rate of materials in certain quests. That's great. Assuming it means more materials for us, then yeah, I'm happy about that. That means less farming. Adding a quest where you can obtain several different materials such as droplets and link slot potions, as long as it ain't limited and I can farm them pretty regularly, I will farm the heck out of that, because that's basically the things that I need the most for powering up my characters to tier 20. And on top of that, getting just even some of the other characters I want to 10, 10, 10. So yeah, I'll probably be willing to farm the heck out of that. Discontinuing and combining certain permanent quests. Now this is something you need to pay attention to. Go do your quests that aren't story or sub-stories. That one you can decide whatever. But quests that are like in your event or limited or any of those, do them all. Except for maybe like the inheritance trials. Those I don't think are going to go anywhere. But like definitely a lot of like certain permanent quests. Make sure you do as many of those as possible, because if they do discontinue some of them, you might be missing out on free orbs for just having completed the quests and completing the objectives. So do keep that in mind. Adjusting certain items needed to power up the soul tree. If this applies to raid characters and how they decide to adjust this, I would honestly complete and like max every single raid character you're able to do, because I don't think this will be the case, but it could just mean that we'll need less raid characters in order to power up our skill trees, our soul trees. But there's always the possibility that it ends up being something like, removing raid characters from the game. Or maybe they just don't allow you to use raid characters for powering up the soul tree anymore, and those are just free characters that you can collect and do whatever the hell you want with to get free orbs. And they don't really provide much of a bonus anymore. It could be something like that. Or it could just be, like I said, reduction in how many you need. I don't know what they're going to do, but if they do remove the capacity to potentially get raid characters, you could be missing out on free orbs. I don't think they're going to go that way, but I would do it just in case. Improvements to Con Corner, which honestly, I've been happy and wanting that for a long time now, because I have not used a friend point to use Con's Corner in a long time, because I find it tedious to freaking use it as frequently as I farm. This is annoying, especially with how quickly that builds up and how little the max amount of points you can actually hold before it starts going to the gift box. So, increasing the limit of the number of points you can use in one go. This will make it easier. And reviewing the items you can obtain from Con's Corner. This could be good or bad. They're just saying they're reviewing it, or it could just mean nothing at all. If they say, okay, it's in a good spot, we're just going to leave it. Could be bad in the fact that they might remove some stuff from it, or it could be good and they might add certain things in there. So we'll just have to wait and see what that actually means when they decide to do it. And then, wait, we already got that. Regarding new content. After receiving a lot of feedback asking for new content, we are glad to announce that new content is currently in development. Thank you, KLab. Although we cannot divulge any details at this stage, obviously, because you don't know what's going to get cut and what's going to get implemented, what will actually be possible with this engine, because, gotta remember, people, Bleach Brave Souls is nearly 8 years old, so that means this came out in, 2015. What they made it, how they made it back then was not planned for how they're going to make content 8 years later, I don't think. So, yeah. There might be certain limitations. Where did I leave off? Okay, we are planning on releasing a new high difficulty and single player quest within the year. So that means by this time next year, we should see it, hopefully. We'll make sure to keep you up to date with information regarding development as we progress through the year. This high difficulty content could be something like guild quests. It could be something needed for maybe like I've been saying it for a while. I would not be surprised if within the next year. I was thinking 2023, but I don't know what they're planning. We need some new form of character progression to keep people interested in playing the game long term. You know, something to grind for. Because yes, super potions is a thing, but I honestly think having more to grind, like options, is a better way to, you know, make sure people stick around to play your game. And a single player quest within the year. So the high difficulty could be something like guild quests. The single player quest within the year, I have no idea what it could be. It could be something like Senkai mode. It could be, I don't know what it is, but I'm thinking maybe a new form of character progression, which means you need something new to farm. Could be something where they just another way to farm certain things. So didn't they say they're planning on adding a new area to farm droplets and potions? So theoretically, single player quest could be that very well. That could be like, hey, the single player quest within the year is that, and the high difficulty thing could be, you know, maybe harder guild quests. It could be just a new difficulty game mode. I know some people are like, what are they gonna do next? Make it so the enemies? No, they just freaking increase the stats or to come up with something else. It doesn't have to be something insanely stupid like dodge. Or better yet, dodge with counterattack if the enemy dodges. So basically, if they somehow dodge your abilities or dodge your attacks, then they hit you for what you would have hit them for, basically killing you in one shot. Okay, maybe not. I don't think they would go that far, but yeah, there are a lot of people coming up with these crazy ideas, and I don't know what people are honestly thinking. So of course, we're gonna get higher tier difficult content, that they're gonna add some gimmick or something dumb like that. This is how gacha games work. It's like, have you guys not been playing this game for a long time now? Or for the new players, this is not for you. But a lot of these people making comments like this are people who have been around for a while. I'm not saying the majority. I'm just saying there's a lot of them that are making that comment. Either way, expect higher difficulty content. We're not sure if it's going to be just, we're going to hit higher, you know, we're going to deal more damage, we're going to have more health. I mean, that's all they really necessarily need to do. You just make sure you can't one-shot them if they can't dodge. Just give them such an insane health pool that, you know, are certain enemies. It doesn't have to be everyone. Just certain enemies have an insane health pool. Kind of think of like an ARPG. You know how you have certain mobs in there that kind of spawn, like they're kind of like mini bosses. Actually, they do have something like that in here. On the co-op, why don't you just add more mini bosses where they're not as strong as a boss, where they get like maybe their own special, but they get like strong attacks and whatnot, and you gotta have to be careful in order to deal with these mini bosses. Yeah, there's potential there, and we hope to continue. Okay, just the generic fluff at the end. Overall, I am excited, and I don't think I can't remember, there was like something in there when I was in my half sleep deprived state, because, you know, I woke up in the morning, glanced at my phone, seen that this was going on. I'm like, okay, you know what? And I just glanced a little bit. I was like, okay, put it back down and went back to sleep. So I can't remember what it was specifically, but there was something in here that I was thinking. Oh wait, it was something to do with them changing things. Was it in the other area? Might have been over here. Not here. Okay, that I must have. I think I know what happened in my sleep deprived state. I was combining some of the stuff that was mentioned here with some of the stuff mentioned here, and I was thinking they were gonna nerf point events. That's what I think I was thinking, because it was something with nerfing point events. I don't think that's happening based on rereading and going through this, thankfully. But yeah, I think that's what was going through my mind. Either way, let's take a look over here, since we got some. Wait, where is it? No, not there. Gift box. If we take a look at my gift box over here, As you can see, I got 2 pages of points. Some of them are probably about to expire. See? I just don't collect any of these because, quite honestly, I don't use them because Con Corner sucks. Simple as that. Now, how many orbs? I'm at 900. I'm going to do 1 multi for the people who stuck around. I'm not going to go too deep in here because, quite honestly, I'm just going to do the 1 multi, honestly. I just don't really... I'd rather... Because I only need one of the characters, or want one of the characters, and that's this guy. The one with, I believe... What do they call it? The potion, super potion droplet. So, we're going to do 1 multi. And that's it. No matter what we get, including this 4-star multi. Yep. That's a sign for me not to go further. I've gotten pretty lucky at other places recently, so not going that deep in there. Anywho, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.